Hey everyone, Amit Barabi is here. Uh, sorry. Uh, this is the first live stream I've had in a very long time, and this is an idea that kind of came up came up to me because I couldn't find any crossover from this kind that I liked. So if you have read the title of this live stream, then you know that well, it came from the lack of good crossovers between Avatar: The Last Airbenders and Dragon Ball Z. I'm not a big fan of Dragon Ball Z, to be honest, especially the battles, and this is why probably I can't find the good crossovers with Avatar: The Last Airbender, because that show does pretty much everything great, and Dragon Ball has several good qualities. And I wanted to search around, see if there are some good crossovers between the two, and well, some of them are decent, but on fan fiction, but I'm not a huge fan of most of them, so or any of them too, for if to be honest. So I thought to myself, what would I have done if I wanted to write this kind of story, a crossover? Well, the first thing that you need to consider is whether or not you want it to be a shared universe or to make it a dimensional travel. With Avatar and Dragon Ball, you can kind of play it both ways by having the Avatar world as another planet in that universe, and then have the characters coming to that world by crashing via spaceship or something. But this is but this is not the route that I wanted to take. I prefer taking the route of a travel between universes, and here is uh, here is how I would have done so. So for that, the first thing that I have to consider is who is the character that I want to bring, and how do I prevent them from becoming too powerful. And to that, I have to say, there is a way. If I make it so the travel between universes weakens the character, then it doesn't matter who the character would be and and from what era of the show they are. If they are weakened, no matter their personality, then they can't just one-shot everyone in a battle or break the magic system. So, um, and then there is the character. Then I have to consider who is the character. Then I thought about several options, and I think the best three characters that I could come up with for this kind of crossover are Gohan, Future Trunks, or Videl. Sorry. I don't know why it always happens during my streams. Anyway, so and with Videl, you don't really need to depower her much because she couldn't do any energy blast. She couldn't do any of these annoyingly overpowered moves, and she was just strong and could fly. So with her, you probably don't even need to do this whole depowering thing that I thought of. But I think it's easiest to use Trunks. Um, because if we use Trunks, let's say from when Perfect Cell killed him, then he died in a timeline that is not his own. So there are basically two copies of his soul. So my idea is that when he dies, the afterlife rejects him, and his soul travels to this one of uh, one of eternity chance to another universe, so he could exist there, and he's not there as a ghost. This glitch or whatever in the afterlife gives him a new body to live in, but this body is super weak, and I can make it so that body looks exactly the same, even wears the same cyan armor, which is important because it makes him weaker. Um, he still has that huge hole in the chest, but still. Um, so my idea is that Trunks appears in the Avatar world. Let's say Kyoshi Island the day after Team Avatar left. After the episode where they met Suki. So Trunks arrives there and immediately can tell that he's weaker because he feels the cold of the island. And once he proves that once he proves to the Kyoshi warriors that he is a capable fighter, but not as powerful as he was, and that he doesn't know anything about the world and stuff. He would stay there for a while until they go leave the island. We don't know. I don't know when exactly Suki and the Kyoshi warriors left the island, so I don't know. Let's say they left around the time Ang turned into a giant sea monster. Because my headcanon is that it inspired them. It inspired the Kyoshi warriors to leave. So let's say that around that time they left and Trunks joined them. Now, I'm not going to ship Trunks with anyone, at least not simply because I don't want to interrupt any of the existing ships, and I don't want to make a new character for that and stuff like that. So shipping is not something that I want to deal with, um, or would have. I'm not even planning on writing that. I'm just making this stream because it saves time. So Trunks lives with them, and he's got he didn't get much training of their style because I feel like Trunks would have wanted to relax if possible, and and he would have gotten some clothes of the Earth Kingdom and dye his hair to black or brown or whatever with whatever materials he can find, and to look more like he's one of the locals. And um, well, at some point, I guess he would separate from the Kyoshi warriors by choice because he doesn't. He wants to find his own path in the world and helps um, however he can. But I will say that Trunks managed to teach them how to use a key like him, but only I don't know. Only I'm kind of taking inspiration here from that guy who wrote the Avatar Strikes Back, because in that story Goku taught Suki how to use ki when he crashed on that world. As I said before, that someone managed to write this kind of story that it's just another world in the universe. So if you want, you can read that one story. Um, it's a nice one. But so I'm going to take inspiration from that and say that Trunks teaches them how to fire energy blasts, but not how to enhance their strength or fly or whatever. And due to his power level, which I didn't mention in specifics, I would say that Trunks is now as weak as Goku was when he met Bulma for the first time. So Trunks is kind of bulletproof. You'd still feel it if someone, let's say, tried to strike him in the chest, like Long Feng did to Jet, but it would still be painful to him, but it wouldn't hurt him much. And I guess he could join Team Avatar at some point. Maybe he would find his way to Earth Rumble or something and try uh, to I don't know. I guess it's a city. It's a peaceful place, so maybe you could get there some medical supplies and try to get cyan power boost from getting hurt in these arenas or something. I don't know. the point is Trunks is going to have his own path, and the Kyoshi warriors are going to be more capable, and I guess it would have made a change, because now there is a fifth element in the world, something that no one can do, but unless they learn it from someone who is a master. And this is the basics of what I would have done. The thing is that I chose a character like Trunks because I like him more than, let's say, Goku, and I could work with pretty much any character that looks human, and if they have black hair, then it would be easier for them to blend in. Come to think about it, if I do it with Videl, let's say, then, and well, I don't know what would bring her to that world. It would be easier. It would be even easier for her to pretend to be a Kyoshi warrior if I give her the same start as Trunks, because she's got white skin and blue eyes, which is a common trait in Kyoshi Island. So that could work for her. Maybe she could even become a Kyoshi warrior, and since she was both weak and lacked a lot of knowledge about Ki, she has even a lesser chance than Trunks or Gohan to become OP. So maybe that could be the best path, I guess. Uh, it seems to me like that is the case, and I don't know. This is my idea. If anyone wants to take inspiration from that and write their own fan fiction or make their own what if video, then go for it. I'm not going to demand that you mention me or whatever, but I would highly appreciate it. Well, this is all I've got for today. And no, wait, there is one more thing. Rise of G-Morph and the Amazing Spider-Man is about to have another update soon, and it's going to be probably my longest chapter to date. And this is even before I add to it the band's old record stuff. So if you want to read it, then you better catch up and follow and favorite my fan fiction. It will be nice to know that people who read my story give it some acknowledgement and leave a review and stuff like that. Anyway, if you guys want to take inspiration from my idea to a Dragon Ball and Avatar fan fiction crossover thing, then you can do it, and it would be nice to mention me, but you don't have to. This is all I've got for today. Amit Barabi, out.